coming back after an explosive first matchup here, David, in Women of Wrestling.
Well, it was a great first matchup, but right now we've got Heavy Metal Sister coming in, Fury. Fury giving the banging of that head, Nigel. Oh, baby. I'm glad I never tried that. I'd have a headache for a week. The Heavy Metal Sister.
That's right, another Heavy Metal Sister. And Fury has taken Rebel Haze underneath her wings, so to speak. She's taken on more than just her solo project. She's been teaming with Rebel Haze as of late.
And her opponent from Columbia, South Carolina,
G.I. Jane fans coming into her own here in WoW. Now that fans are cheering her on. Of course, everyone remembers she was part of IQ Superior with Samantha Smart's team. And I don't know, Nigel, did she not like it, or did they just boot her out when Samantha Smart put them all against each other?
I think that she just got booted out because, David, if you remember, Samantha Smart was behind the disciplinarian and the classmaster attacking G.I. Jane after that matchup.
In other words, Samantha Smart dismissed the drill sergeant.
That's right, but she's not dismissed from serving our country. She's been serving our country in the Army Reserves for the last 9 years. At Fort Jackson is where G.I. Jane spent her time. And now in the reserves, David, and here wrestling at WoW. Certainly proud to have her as part of our roster.
I know it. When she is out there training in the Army, that is difficult training. I would say it's only beat by the Navy SEALs.
That's right, in the trenches, the grunt work if you have to, and that's what brings up that personality that G.I. Jane has. She's solid, she's confident in what she does, and she's been able to hold her head up despite the adversity from Samantha Smart, the classmaster, and of course the disciplinarian.
You got to have mental strength.
That's right, David.
To do that.
That's the biggest muscle you can have in this game. A lot of mental mind games in professional wrestling. And Fury with a side headlock takeover to G.I. Jane.
I think you're right, Nigel, what you just said. You casually said it, but this game is harder on the mindset. It's almost like professional tennis. All those athletes know how to do a forearm, a serve, and a backhand. But when you look at the great tennis players of our time, including even hothead himself, John McEnroe, the mental strength that they had to become champions is what separates them from the herd, and that's what separates those in professional wrestling. You got to have mental strength to really be a real star.
That's right, David. Now a side headlock from Fury, who lives under the mantra of study the greats and become greater, being knocked down by G.I. Jane. That shoulder tackle coming all the way from Columbia, South Carolina, followed up by that patented big boot that we've seen G.I. Jane use so many times before. Fury rolling to the outside of the ring.
To get a little comfort from her friend, Rebel Haze. Smart maneuver.
Of course, G.I. Jane, David, as I mentioned, from Columbia, South Carolina, also the hometown of the first ever African-American professional wrestler from South Carolina, Sweet Georgia Brown. I was talking to G.I. Jane in the back about that, and she certainly is proud to be from the Columbia, South Carolina area.
I love that. I wish I could quickly recall the gentleman that runs the facility and venue down there. I think it's an AEG building, but we wanted to do a celebration for Sweet Georgia Brown. It didn't come off due to COVID, of course, but that was a great event we were planning. Maybe one day we'll get that accomplished.
David, lots of big things on the horizon for WoW now as Fury tries to get back in control of this matchup, and that knee might have done the trick for Fury. No, just a 2 count, says Paige Principali.
G.I. Jane in trouble now. Fury etching back on that knee and that chin, stretching the back, stretching the neck.
She knows she has to wear down G.I. Jane. Take the wind out of the sails, so to speak. Try to take some of that power away from G.I. Jane. And G.I. Jane still fighting back out of this hold from Fury now. Jawbreaker from G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane goes for the neck and just throws Fury down on the mat. G.I. Jane winding up. Fury ducking. Hard slap for Fury.
Well,
backhand, if you will.
And that backhand is connected several times for Fury. Flatliner. Fury. And now Fury with the submission hold on G.I. Jane. And now that mental strength, this is where it comes into play, David.
That's right. G.I. Jane saying no, no, no to the referee Page.
And do you see what I'm seeing, David?
G.I. Jane is getting up. She's leveraging her strength and was almost going to get a pin, forcing Fury to break that maneuver.
That's right. She wasn't able to break the hold herself, but she was able to force Fury to let go. And that does the trick just as well.
Power, you see it. Pure power and picking up Fury.
Maggot drop is what she calls that, David, from G.I. Jane. Big boot to Fury. Sends the heavy metal sister crashing to the canvas.
Too close, I think, to the ropes. There you go. Fury quickly knowing where she was, grabbing the ropes, causing a break.
Great ring positioning, but G.I. Jane distracted by Rebel Haze and is rolled up quickly by Fury for the 1, 2, 3. Fury and the Heavy Metal Sisters. G.I. Jane put her attention on Rebel Haze for just 2 seconds, but it cost her 3.